Hi guys, my name is Bimlas Jha and today is day 11 of cracking cat in 120 days. This is stream 1 about English speaking practice. Here I will speak English for 45 minutes to 1 hour to get improved with my practice for speaking because you all have known if you have watched my previous videos, you all know that how my English is at present and why I need to prepare for that or practice for that. Because if I don't think I will make any top B colleges. That's why I am doing this. Now, if I talk about what we will do today in session, so again, I just ask ChatGPT to question me and I will answer that and whatever the answer I give, ChatGPT analyze those answers and correct those answers and give tips and hints regarding what I need to improve and how I memorize and don't do the same mistake. Let dictate the ChatGPT what I want him to do with for me. Hey ChatGPT, I want you to assign a role as my English speaking teacher and I want you to ask me questions and I will answer that question in my voice. Whatever the answer I give to you, your responsibility is correct the answer and give me the correct grammar form and give me the hints and tips to memorize that tips or hints or implement every time. So every time when I speak again to you, I got better by 1% every time. I did like this is the chat GPT. All right, I will take on the role of your English teacher. Here is how we will work from now on. Our speaking practice. I ask you 5 questions, mix your personal opinion and storytelling questions. Your answer in your voice on your side and then type what you said here. I will correct your grammar sentence structure so it sounds natural. Explain the corrections so you understand why. Give you a memory tip to trick so you remember the next time. Every round you aim to improve your speaking by at least 1% by using the tips from before. So I asked ChatGPT to question me. So the ChatGPT gave listed 5 questions here. The first question is about what do you usually do after you wake up in the morning? So I read your all the questions I am answering one by one. The first question that ChatGPT asked me, what do you usually do after you wake up in the morning? So when I wake up in the morning, I first go to washroom and then splash water on my face, then do brushing up, and after that I do cleaning and house sweeping, and then I make a breakfast and lunch. I at present I am not doing any workout in the morning, but I am planning to do that in future. And then I after the all the work that I mentioned is done, I go to bath. I go to take bath and then from there I come. After that, I come to library where I study. Tell me about a time you achieved something you worked hard for. Huh, tell me. Yeah, it was about a class 8 incident. Instant na story. It's in story that that time I used to do work hard and I got result according to that. Like I studied math hard way and I got 98, 99. That is, I think that is important for me. Confidence builder for me. Do you prefer reading books or watching movies and why? Actually, I used to watch movies a lot, but at present I am into the books. I like self-help book, improvement book. Yeah, but I don't watch that much movies now at present because of my studies categories and I don't want to get distracted to other things. I just want to focus. And if I read something in English, indirectly or directly, it will help or improve my reading skills. So it can again give me chances of improvement by 1% and 1% daily. Like I read 20 pages a book in English, it will increase my stamina of reading and retention power. That's why I shifted from movie to reading books. Now the fourth question that Chat GPT asked me, if you could meet any famous person, who would it be and what would you talk about? So if I could meet any famous person, wait a second. Hmm, I sorry, I forgot to display my window here. Actually, I'm streaming this all the conversation, so that's why I forgot to display. I just do a questioning answer, but don't showing the display. That's why I take 1 minute's pause and I again did the setting correct. Now the fourth question: if you could meet any famous person, who would it be, and what would you talk about? If I can meet a person, I want to meet. I want to meet Warren Buffett, and I would talk about how he started and how I can start from where I am. What is one habit you want to develop this year? I want a good communication skill, a daily studying skill or habit, or waking up early and sleeping early, and doing hard work. The most important habit that I want to build is doing hard work and remove laziness completely from my life. Yeah, sometimes it can happen, but yeah, more the time I want to be productive and focused in my study. Let's check what are the my correct and wrong, and submitting this answer to ChatGPT. So ChatGPT now has now analyzed my answers and giving me tips. The first question that ChatGPT asked me, what do you usually do after you wake up in the morning? My answer was, when I wake up in the morning, I first go to washroom and then splash water on my face. Then do brushing up, and after that I do cleaning and house sweeping. And then I make breakfast and lunch. At present I am not doing any workout in the morning, but I am planning to do that in future. And then I after the all the work that I mentioned is done, I go to take bath and then now from there I come after that I come to library where I study. My sentence is so wrong. You can see how bad sentence is. My sentence is so wrong. How bad it is you can see from here. So again, when I wake my the corrected version was, when I wake up in the morning, I first I first go to washroom and splash water on my face. Then I brush my teeth. After that, I do cleaning and sweeping in the house. It is it is sequence wise, but my answer was not that sequence wise house. And then I make breakfast and lunch. At the moment, I am not doing any workout in the morning, but I am planning to start in the future. After finishing all the work I mentioned, I take a bath and then go to the library to study. Main fixes go to the washroom, need the specific place in your routine. Acha, okay. The specific place is washroom. So I have to mention the washroom. Do brushing, brush my teeth, more natural phrase. I do brushing, no, I brush my teeth. That is the correct way. Okay, I will again remember that. Replace then do brushing up, unclear with correct term. Then brush my teeth. Shorten sentences for clarity. Sentence should be short. Okay, changed. At present, I am not doing any workout. At the moment, at present, in the place of at present, I should use at the moment. I am not doing any workout. Okay, memorative was what? When talking about daily routine, use simple present tense, clear verbs. Okay, I got it. Means whenever I talk about daily routines, I will talk in present, simple present tense. Okay, clear verbs. I brush my teeth, मैं brush करता हूँ, not brushing. I take bath, not go for bath, bathe, bathing. Tell me about time you achieved something you worked hard for. Yeah, it was about class 8 incident now story. Since the story that time I used to do work hard and I got result according to that. Like I studied math hard way and I got 98, 99. That is, I think that is more important for confidence builder for me. Corrected version should be it was during my time in class 8. I worked very hard, especially in mathematics, and I scored 98, not 99 marks. This achievement was very important for me because it built my confidence. Main features removed repeated incident, and a story since a story. I have to use a word less repeatedly. Like a story, you don't have to mention every time. Just say one time and let it be if it is wrong or if it is correct. Acted version. Main fixes is removed repeated incident. Okay. Changed. I used to do work hard. I worked hard. Removed hard way, unnecessary, and made the sentence smoother. Put confidence builder into full sentence. Memory tip when telling past achievement, use past simple sentence. I worked hard. I scored 99%. Avoid extra fillers words. They confuse the listeners, so I don't have to use extra fillers. Okay. Past. Whenever I past achievement, use past simple sentence. Do you prefer reading books or watching movies? Why? My answer is my answer was actually I used to watch movies a lot, but at present I am into the books. I like self-help book, improvement, yeah, but I don't watch that much movies now at present because my studies because at caterpillars and I don't caterpillars whatever I used caterpillars means my pronunciation is not that clear. That is required. I don't want to get distracted to other things. I just want to focus. If I read something in English, indirectly or directly, it will help or improve my reading skills. So it can again give me chance for of improvement by 1% and 1% daily. I read 20 pages a book in English. It will increase my stamina of reading and attention power. That's why I shifted from movie to reading books. Corrected version is I used to watch a lot of movies, but now I prefer reading books, especially self-help and personal development books. I don't watch many movies at the moment because of my studies. I don't want to get distracted, and reading in English helps improves my reading skill. For example, if I read 20 pages a day, it increases my reading stamina and memory. That's why I shifted from movie to books. Main fixes is changed into the books, prefer reading books. I changed into the books. So I should say I prefer reading books. Self-help book, improvement book, self-help and personal development book. Removed. Studies caterpillar. Probably you mean to study categories or something similar. Removed. Study caterpillar. I have to remove that. Then broke long sentence into short, clear ones. Okay. Memorative. When explaining preferences, use I used to for the past habits. Now I prefer for current habits. I prefer. If I could meet any famous person, I can meet any famous person. I want to meet Warren Buffett, and I would talk about how he started and how I can start from where I am. If I could meet any famous person, I would choose Warren Buffett. I would ask him how he started and get advice on how I can start from where I am. Main fixes if I can, to if I could, because this is hypothetical. We use past tense. Any hypothetical situations, hypothetical, in the hypothetical sentences, I use could. Okay. Removed repetition. I want to meet. Made the goal conversion clear. Get advice. Memorative. For imaginary situation, use if plus past tense plus would. If I could meet anyone, I would choose. If I could. इमेजिनरी सिचुएशन तो अगर मैं मिल सकता इफ आई कुड लाइक समथिंग अगर मैं सचिन से मिल सकता इफ आई कुड मीट सचिन आई वुड आस्क हिम इफ आई कुड पास्ट इफ प्लस पास्ट टेंस प्लस वुड means if I could meet anyone I would choose one habit you want to develop this year. I want a good communication skill or daily studying skill or habit or waking up early and sleeping early and doing hard work. The more important habit that I want to build is doing hard work and removing laziness completely from my life. Yeah, sometimes it can happen, but yeah, more the time I want to be productive and focused in my study. The correct version is I want to develop good communication skill, a daily study habit, waking up early, sleeping early, and working hard. The most important habit I want to build is working hard and removing laziness from my life. Of course, sometimes laziness can happen, but most of the time I want to be productive and focused on my studies. Main fixes is a good communication skill, two good communication skills, plural of skills in general. Okay, for if I'm saying about anything about this skill, I have to mention it as a plural. So I can't use a. Then changed, removed laziness completely, removing laziness from my life. Natural gerund from form. Broke long sentence into two parts. Okay. Removing laziness from my life. Memorative. When listening habits. Listening habits. Use comma and parallel form. Same structure. Waking up early, sleeping early, working hard. When I listing habits, I used to what I supposed to say. I supposed to use comma and parallel structure in same sentence. If someone is if I mention something is for a present continuous tense, I also mention other things in that other sentence in present continuous tense. Your 1% improvement goals for the next 10 daily routines. Use simple past present tense with clear action verbs. Past achievement. Use past simple sentence. Past tense. Keep it short. Preferences I used to and now I prefer. Imaginary situation. Use if. Just past tense and would. List use commas. Go for. Now I am asking ChatGPT to again ask 5 more questions. Now go for more 5 questions. And again, here is you have to include one more thing that you are correcting my answer, you are giving correct grammar, you are giving me tips for remember me, and then you should categorize one thing more that what are the related sentences that I can say in these, or what are the related words or verbs I can use. For example, if I use brushing up, you whatever the other words I can use in that sentences, you should include that too. Okay, the next five questions that ChatGPT asked me, what is most interesting thing? The next five questions that ChatGPT asked me, what is most interesting thing you learned recently? For me, the most interesting thing I learned recently is OBS Studio editing and live streaming on YouTube and using ChatGPT more productive way. This one thing I learned recently. The second question is, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be and why? If I could live anywhere in the world, I would choose Singapore because I like Singapore, the development in that city. I like everything about Singapore. Describe a time when you helped someone. I, in past, I helped many people. Like my friend was doubtful and demotivated for their exam. I motivated them and make them study, feel them that they are capable of doing whatever they want to achieve. The third question is, describe a time when you helped someone. This is done. Now, fourth question is, what is your favorite season of the year and what do you like to do during it? So, the favorite season for of the year for me is winter, and during winter I like to play football and badminton and um, love to visit new places with cozy sweater and warming clothes. If you Fifth question, if you had 1 week off from all responsibilities, how would you spend it? If if I could get relief from my all responsibilities, I would spend my whole day in just chilling way, just watching movies, eating junk food, eating biryani, talking with friends, playing with friends, and then most important thing is I would go to visit mountains. I would go to visit beaches. I would go to visit Thailand like that. Now, this is my answers to five questions that Chat GPT asked me. I answered those questions. Now, let's see what are the corrections that Chat GPT is doing. The first question that Chat GPT asked me, what is most interesting thing you learned recently? So my answer was, the most interesting thing I learned recently is OBS Studio editing and live streaming on YouTube and using ChatGPT more productively. This one thing I learned recently. The corrected version is, the most interesting thing I learned recently is how to use OBS, okay? How to use OBS Studio for editing and live streaming on YouTube, as well as how to use ChatGPT more productively. Memorative. When talking about learning a skill, use how to plus verb. Example, I learned how to cook pasta. Instead of I learned cooking pasta. Okay. Whenever I will say, when talking about learning a skill, I used to say I have to use how to plus verb. I learned how to cook pasta. Instead of I learned cooking pasta, I learned how to cook pasta. Okay. Related sentences. I recently learned how to edit videos using OBS Studio. Lately, I have been learning to stream live on. I have been I have been learning to stream live on YouTube. I discovered new ways to use ChatGPT effectively. Okay. Related vocabulary words are master, discover, explore, improve, practice, experiment with it. Phrases are pick up a skill, get better at, develop my skill in. These are the phrases that I note down and use frequently. Like I mastered, I discovered, how I discovered, explored, improved, practice, experiment with. These are the sentences. These are the vocab that I need to pick up and practice more. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be and why? If I could live anywhere in the world, I would choose Singapore because I like Singapore, the development in that city. I like everything about Singapore. The corrected version is if I could live anywhere in the world, I would choose Singapore because I like its modern development, okay, and a clean environment. I admire everything about the city. Avoid repeating the same word much. Example, Singapore three times. Okay, I use three times Singapore. I could anywhere, I would choose Singapore because its modern development and clean environment. I admire everything about the city. Okay. Example, Singapore three times. Use pronouns it or description the city instead. Okay. Related sentences are I would choose Singapore for its modern infrastructure and safety. Second, Singapore appeals to me because of its cleanliness and advanced lifestyle. Living in Singapore would be exciting because of its vibrant culture. Okay. And related vocabulary verbs admire, appreciate, be drawn to, be fascinated by, modern, developed, advanced, innovative, clean, safe. These are the words. Describe a time when you helped someone. Your version, my version is in the past. I helped many people like my friend was doubtful and demotivated for their exam. I motivated them and make them study, feel them that they are capable of doing whatever they want to achieve. Corrected version, in the past, I have helped many people. For example, one of my friends felt doubtful and demotivated about their exam. I motivated them, encouraged them to study. I made them feel confident that they could achieve whatever they wanted. Memorative when telling a story about the past, use past tense verbs consistently. Failed, motivated, made. Related sentence. I encouraged my friend to believe in themselves. I helped a classmate prepare for an important exam. I supported someone when they were feeling low. Related vocab verbs encouraged, inspire, assist, support, cheer up, reassure, boost confidence, lift someone's spirit, motivate. What is your favorite number question 4? What is your favorite season of the year and what do you like to do during it? So for my end, the favorite season of the year for me is winter. And during winter, I like to play football and badminton and love to visit new places with cozy sweater and warming clothes. My favorite season is winter. During this time, my favorite season is winter. During this time, I like to play football, badminton, and enjoy. I enjoy visiting new places while wearing cozy sweaters and warm clothes. Memorative, use my favorite instead of the favorite. My favorite, okay? When talking about your own preferences, own preference. Also adjective for clothes. Warm clothes instead of warming clothes. Okay. Garam kapde, warm clothes. Related sentences. I enjoy winter because I can play sports and travel comfortably. Winter is my favorite time to explore new places in warm clothes. I love wearing cozy sweaters and going outside in the cold weather. Related vocab words: chilly, frizzy, cozy, crisp air, snowfall, enjoy, love, prefer, look forward. If you had 1 week off from all responsibilities, how would you spend it? If I could get relief from my all responsibilities, I would spend my whole day in just chilling way. Just watching movies, eating junk food, eating biryani, talking with friends, playing with friends, and then most important thing is I would go to visit mountains. I would go to visit beaches. I would go to visit Thailand like that. Corrected version is if I had 1 week free from all responsibilities, I would spend my days relaxing, watching movies, eating junk food and biryani, talking and playing with friends. I would also travel to mountain, visit beaches, and even take a trip to Thailand. For imaginary situation, if plus past tense plus would plus bird. If plus past tense plus would plus bird. If I had 1 week, I could get. For example, if I had 1 week off, I would travel. Not if I could get relief. Had 1 week off. Related sentences. I would spend my time relaxing and exploring new places. I would finally take the trip I have always dreamed of. I would focus on fun and rest. Related vocab verbs. Relax, unwind, recharge, explore, go sightseeing, mountains, beaches, resort, road trip, adventure. Your 1% progress goal for the next time. Avoid repeating the same noun too much. Use pronouns and synonyms. Keep verb tense consistent with telling past stories. Use if past tense, comma, if plus past tense, then would plus verb. For imaginary situations, learn 3 to 4 related words for each topic you talk about. So you sound more varied. Replace simple verbs like, do, make, with more specific. I prepare, assist, explore. Yes, give me more 5 questions, but this time, what are the 5 categories that are of improvement, that you are correcting my grammar, you are correcting the sentence, you are giving the correct version, you are giving me the tips and memory tips to remember, you are giving me vocabs and related sentences. Now, whenever you are giving vocabs related to those scenarios, give the meaning of those vocabs in Hindi and give all the words that you mentioned or the vocabs that you mentioned examples with it, sentence example with it. Like you gave prepare, then give example of that sentence, and and provide a Hindi meaning of that sentence too. That will be more helpful to me. Let's see how ChatGPT responds me this time. Grammar correction, natural correct English, correct version, clear, fluent or right. Tips, memory tips, how to remember for the next time. Related sentences, other ways to say it. Vocabulary list, Hindi meaning for each word, example sentence in English, in the translation of that example sentence. Here are 5 next questions. The 5 next question is is in this way. The first question that ChatGPT asked me, what is one thing you want to achieve in the next 6 months? The next 5 questions that ChatGPT asked me is, what is one thing that you want to achieve in next 6 months? So I want to achieve, sorry, I want to crack CAT examination in 2025, and my next 6 month goal is to get enrolled or selected for top big colleges MBA programs. Second, tell me about a hobby you enjoy and why you like it. At, at the moment, I don't have such hobbies